Ever puzzled over the peculiarities of phrasal verbs? Well, you're not alone. Today we're going to explore a selection of these fascinating linguistic constructs, specifically focusing on those that include the particles on and in. First up, try something on. This phrase is typically used when we want to test or experience something, often an item of clothing, before we decide to purchase or wear it. For instance, she tried on several dresses before choosing the perfect one for the party. Next, we have put on. This phrasal verb is all about pretense. When someone is putting on something, they're pretending to have a feeling or behavior that isn't natural to them. Consider the sentence. She seems all right, but I think she's just putting on a brave face. This idiom, put on a brave face, means to behave as if a problem is not important or does not worry you. Interestingly, put on also exists as a noun. In this form, it refers to an attempt to deceive someone into believing something that isn't true. For example, she's not really angry, it's just a put on. Another variation of put on is put something on, which means to cover part of the body with clothes, shoes, makeup, or something similar. An example could be put your shoes on, we're going out. Count on is a more uplifting phrasal verb. To count on someone or something is to rely or depend on them with confidence. You can count on me to help you with the project is a perfect example of this in action. Keep on is a phrase that simply means to continue doing something. An illustrative sentence might be, despite the challenges, she decided to keep on pursuing her dreams. Our next phrasal verb, pass something on to someone, refers to the act of transferring or giving something to someone else. I'll pass on your message to him when I see him is a straightforward example of this phrase. Call in is a phrase used to describe a short visit to a place or person, usually while en route to somewhere else. Please call in and see us when you're next in town is a good demonstration of this verb. Take in is a versatile phrase that can mean to absorb, understand, or include. Here's an example. It took her a moment to take in the breathtaking view from the top of the mountain. The phrase rub in is used when applying pressure while putting a substance on the surface. Rub the cream in gently with the tips of your fingers is a typical instruction that uses this phrasal verb. We also have lock in someone, which means to prevent someone from leaving a room or building by locking the door. The security guard accidentally locked in the employees after closing time is a dramatic example of this verb. Push in is an informal phrasal verb that describes entering or moving forward forcefully, often without permission. People were pushing in line, trying to get into the concert venue is a common scenario where this phrase might be used. Finally, we have sink in. This phrase describes the gradual process of understanding, realizing, or starting to believe something. It took a while for the news of her success to sink in, perfectly illustrates this phrasal verb. As we near the end of our list, let's look at the phrase weigh on. This phrase is used when something is causing worry, upset, pressure, or burden. For example, you might say, I've got something weighing on my mind at the moment, could you give me some advice? There we have it, a selection of phrasal verbs using on and in. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep on using them in your everyday conversations to become more proficient in the English language.